r/AskReddit. What are some good first date questions to get to know someone? If their name is an uncommon one, make sure you ask what's the correct pronunciation. Literally the first thing I said to my husband on our first date was hello, followed by a butchered attempt to say his name. He replied, "What did you just call me?" And up until that moment, I had never before felt the urge to jump into the nearby creek in mid-February. Mayo, what's his name though? Bob. On our first date, my husband and I did a thing where one of us would choose a year, then we'd both say what we were doing in that year of our lives. It was a great way to get to know each other. I literally don't remember what I was doing this morning. Yeah. While this does sound like a great idea, I already forgot what I ate for dinner an hour ago. I don't think I would do so well with this one. I don't know if it's good for a date, but it's fun to ask strangers, "What's your favorite compliment?" It gives you a lot of information and I think it starts a conversation pretty easily. Why don't you put away your phone? Ugh. I've been off the market for 20 years. That situation must be unbearable. Just recently back on the market after 12 years, and I'll say this. If they can't keep their phone down, they're not into you anyway. Move on. Have you ever had a dream that you had? That you had too? You could. You do. You wit. You are. You could do so. You do. You could. You want. You wanted them to do you so much you could do anything? I read this hit like 4 times in a row and each time was more magical than the last. Do you have any outstanding warrants? Lol, a bounty hunter that catches bail jumpers with Tinder. Well, either I get the bounty or the booty. Either way I win. Lots of hypothetical situation questions. I find they help you understand how they think and prioritize their lives. For example, if you could travel anywhere in the world for a month, all expenses paid, where would you go? What would you do? Stuff like this is more fun too, even with just getting to know friends. If you could unpillage and unrape a place ravaged by Genghis Khan, which area and why? Favorite dinosaur? Triceratops. Specifically blue ones. Growing up sucks. People aren't nearly as eager to know what my favorite dinosaur is. It's a Gorgosaurus. You don't care. How many walkers have you killed? How many people have you killed? Why? OkCupid had a really cool blog about statistics from their huge user base. The 3 questions they found were best predictors for compatibility. Do you like scary movies? Have you ever traveled alone in another country? Wouldn't it be fun to chuck it all and live on a sailboat? If you agree on those 3, you're likeliest to succeed. Some other fun bits from that article. If you want to know if your date is religious, ask how they feel about spelling mistakes. Higher tolerance of spelling mistakes correlates strongly with being religious. If you want to know if your date is DTF, ask her if she likes bear. There is a strong correlation between the two. This sounds interesting. Can you please share the link to the article? febloggercupid.com link. Which vegetable offends you the most? Kumquats. That's a fruit. Next. What do you like doing in your free time? I never asked about people's jobs. I didn't really care how they got their money. I cared how they got their excitement and passion. Joke's on you, my answer is work more. Cries in employment. Will you marry me? Yes. Row. That was easy. I've got to try this. Which side were you rooting for in World War II? Dating a 90-year-old? Silver chaser. Your parents are about to be executed. You are given a chance to save only one of them. Which one do you choose? Bonus points if you follow up with what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Considering I only have one living, this is an easy choice. E. Now, one of my most liked things of all time is about my deceased dad. Nice. Not sure if you want to kill your parent or save them. What are some things our parents don't know about you? Ask them who their favorite Muppet is. If they choose anyone other than Gonzo, explain why they are wrong and then leave. Norman. Animal for life. Then the rest of Electric Mayhem. The Swedish chef should really be a part of this conversation. What are some good first date questions to get to know someone? Hypothetically speaking, if you were on a first date with someone and it was going really well, would you want that person to bring up that they are down to eat ass, or would you rather wait till you ask them? Fun, open-ended questions that lets them talk about them a bit. Stuff like, what are your political leanings? Are you religious? What is your stance on the Armenian genocide? The what? Exactly. Does this look infected? Insert some 41. You got STDs? THX for silver. Would you like some? You know, some clap might make my life better. I take it you're trying to date and are nervous? Honestly, there is no rulebook questions you should really abide to. Just get to talking. Start off with small talk openers like, where did you go to school? Where do you work? Do you like this and that? Eventually you'll get around to talking about hobbies, experiences. You can tater off and then talk about your own experiences and just ping pong off of each other. Eventually you get a pretty good feel of that person as genuine or fake. That's how most conversations start sounding natural with a good flow. Of course, if you get somebody that sees you and finds you butt ugly, then you won't get any responses at all. And any questions you ask would lead to no information about them. That's great advice. Thank you. We've known each other for a little while now and I just wanted to get some ideas in case the conversation stopped. Definitely nervous though. If it stops, it stops. You can't really force it. There'll be awkward pauses and moments here and there, but you know how you read about a couple meeting and they just spend hours talking non-stop and feel like the evening has passed without noticing it? Well, that's what you want. Either that or you're both awkward and quiet. Then just go home and smash. Do you use Reddit? If they say no, you can safely say something like, oh, okay, and change the subject. But if they say yes, then you need to get up and walk away. Edit. My new top Reddit comment is basically a repost of my own comment on essentially the same question. Why do you need to ask? Can't you just see they're a fat greasy social outcast without any social skills or redeeming qualities? What a bunch of losers. Those Redditors. They'll never have a social life. What was your first pet's name? What was your second grade teacher's name? What was the make and model of your first car? What is the name of the road you grew up on? What city were you born in? Then read all their emails and DMs. Good way to get to know someone. If you had to choose any 8 characters, numerical, uppercase, lowercase, and special included, what would they be? Hunter 2. Can anyone give an answer on how to get a first date? Let's not put the cart before the horse. Be attractive. Ask out a single someone who finds you attractive. Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe to RedditQueen for the best daily content.